looked that way a little bit. But Batshuayi now has got a great opportunity to come on and make a real impact into the game.
Third successive appearance off the bench for him. Tomori had to get to that ahead of Mo Salah as the ball broke back. Chelsea almost caught out. Salah putting the pressure on. Tomori did enough. What to do is concede at this stage, because surely that really would be all over and all the momentum that they've generated would disappear again.
Tomori, they've actually changed Alonso's position now, probably based on the fact of analysing that goal at half-time. He's out the far post area rather than in the middle of the goal.
Yeah.
Tomori could have maybe been a little bit calmer in that situation and maybe got knocked it out for a throw-in. It was a wild swing, it's gone for a corner.
Trent Alexander-Arnold takes it, just missed by Matip, who's still in there scrapping for it. Chelsea just about get it clear initially, only out as far as Fabinho though. Now James Milner nudges it to his left and Roberto Firmino, closed down by Azpilicueta, scoops it up, takes the Chelsea fullback out of the equation. Wijnaldum, a little stumble under pressure from Marcos Alonso inside the penalty area. Fabinho wide left again for Milner. Firmino will be cut out by Batshuayi's first touches to get to that ahead of Fabinho, then wrestled him really to the floor, and out comes the yellow card. It's a fairly clear-cut caution for the Liverpool midfielder.
Yeah, the tactical foul there for Fabinho. He knows Batshuayi is going to turn into space and maybe get Chelsea on the counter-attack. No complaints whatsoever there.
Took one for the team, didn't he? Fabinho, 50th Liverpool appearance today. They're unbeaten in all 25 games before this one that he started. That record could be tested yet, but is currently on course to be extended. Chelsea on the ball on the halfway line with Tomori. Distribution from the back is grown in confidence really as the game has gone on. Azpilicueta forward here towards Conte. Gets to it just ahead of James Milner, just outside of the penalty area. Robertson with him, back down the line. Azpilicueta sweeps it in first time towards Batshuayi, and he actually had Mason Mount behind him, probably in a better position round about the penalty spot. But the touch from Batshuayi as he attempted to improvise took it away from Mount and behind.
Yeah, can't really blame him there, Batshuayi. He's just trying to improvise more than anything. I think Mason Mount realises more than anything that possibly if he'd even done it inadvertently, he was going to land to him. Again, Chelsea just applying the pressure. They're still in this game. They have to be mindful though. They can't allow Liverpool an easy counter-attack. They have to be mindful to keep an eye on Salah. You see Firmino as well. There's a little break from Wijnaldum now, so they have to be careful.
That was stopped by Azpilicueta, who'd gone with him, and Tomori picking up the pieces. Clearance is a risky one though in towards the feet of Jorginho, because he had both Henderson and Mo Salah for company, and then the ball bounces up and strikes him. Never quite had that under control at any stage really.
It looked like handball to me from where we are, but Henderson appealed, which he would naturally do. He looks an angry little man today.
He does, doesn't he?
He's got the bit between his teeth, certainly.
So head towards the last 10 minutes now. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2. Throws into the feet of Mo Salah just inside the area. Didn't fall for Firmino. Conte in towards Batshuayi. Willian had made the run down the left. He will get on the end of it now. It's a well-weighted ball into his path. Joel Matip just argues he's standing his ground. Willian's gone down, clutching his left thigh. Matip protesting his innocence immediately, even before the whistle had gone. Well, it is frantic, at times fractious stuff at the finish here. Could still take another twist or two this game. Well, it has been penalised.
Yeah, it was definitely a foul. Again, Matip, he's just genuinely going for the ball, but he's just ran into Willian, feeling the effects of that, and the wagging finger comes out from Matip, ball in from Chance.
Mason Mount with a free kick. Marcos Alonso was on the end of it in all sorts of space, just beyond the far post, heads it goalwards, and Adrian is there on his post to make a hugely important save.
Well, I'm not sure what happened to the marking there from Liverpool. Just spun around the back. Henderson didn't go with him. He probably would have been offside. I'm not too sure. And again, a good save from the keeper, Adrian, with his legs.
There's a top stop from the Spanish goalkeeper. I think you're right, having seen the replay. If that had gone in, that might have been another one for VAR. Academic in the end. It further underlines the point that Chelsea are chasing this and sensing their chance to take something from the game. Having trailed 2-0 after half an hour, Liverpool were unable to score the third, which would have put it beyond them. And here comes Chelsea again. That time it was overhit. Mason Mount loves to make those runs from deep. That was another one, but the service was just a little too far advanced. Jorginho trying to pick those passes, could still have such an important role to play in the finish. Roberto Firmino inside the centre circle as Adrian goes longer with his clearance. He'll get the decision here, Firmino, against Kurt Zouma. Taken quickly, Roberto Firmino on the Liverpool left. Willian gets back to him, gets a foot in. Jorginho under pressure, but shifts it quickly for Kovacic, trying to go around Fabinho. It takes some doing, but Kovacic still has the ball and then threads it further forward into the path of Marcos Alonso. First time cross, misses out Batshuayi in the middle. Willian will chase after it and put the pressure on Robertson, who will have to stretch here because Conte read his intentions, comes across on the near side to win the ball back for the Blues. Now Jorginho in the back to their goal scorer N'Golo Conte once more. Willian wider, back in field to Azpilicueta, returns it to the Brazilian Willian. Chelsea pressing and probing here, delivers the cross which was aimed towards Michy Batshuayi. Didn't get that far because Van Dijk was able to nudge it clear. Salah against Alonso on the far side. Marcos Alonso was strong, counts it back to Afore. Jorginho to Kovacic again, dinks it down the line, asking Mason Mount to chase it. Alexander-Arnold had read the idea and just about had the pace to get to it first ahead of Mason Mount. The free kick in the end is Liverpool's, but the pressure is all being mounted by Chelsea.
Yep, they're certainly on the front foot. Chelsea, they're certainly taking the game to Liverpool. Substitution by Liverpool now. Adam Lallana is going to take the place of the captain, Jordan Henderson, for the remaining, we'll say, 10-12 minutes of the game.
Yep. Liverpool making another move off the bench. Lallana coming on. Henderson being replaced. Two former England colleagues, of course, in the national team midfield of Frank Lampard, who they are trying to deny any sort of reward today. Only the second Premier League appearance of the season for Lallana.
Well, I think Milner now will go and take Henderson's place in that central position. More experience in there. He'll have a little bit more guile in terms of staying with midfield runners from Chelsea. And Lallana will play on the left slightly more. I'd love to know the stats on N'Golo Kante, the amount of kilometres he's travelled today, because he's been all over the pitch.
Yeah,
he's been everywhere.
An interesting one for the data to digest afterwards, won't it? At the moment he's just walking away from the centre. I thought he was the one in conversation with the referee. It's Kovacic now that is continuing that, because he's going to get a card, I think, from Michael Oliver. The yellow card is out for the Croatian. John Tomori in the book. Reminder, Alexander-Arnold and Fabinho yellow carded for Liverpool as well in the course of the game by Michael Oliver, who was refereed this fixture at Anfield actually in 3 of the previous 4 seasons. The top officials in the Premier League required in a fixture such as this. The ball runs away from Wijnaldum. Free kick is, the goal kick is Chelsea's. They need to get it up the other end of the field as quickly as possible, though, because we are approaching the final 5 minutes of the 90 now. They've had 10 attempts in the game, but just 2 of those on target. Tells something of the story. Batshuayi with a chase on here. Matip had a head start on him. We'll get to it first, and it has to be a safety first clearance. Straight out of play for the throw on the far side. Yeah, you just sense at the moment that Liverpool are just happy to camp in and try to keep their shape and try and reduce the amount of opportunities that Chelsea might have. Kovacic has had one of his, certainly the best I've seen him play for Chelsea today. There's Willian, corner of the penalty area, slips it forward, gets it back from Mason Mount, who back-heeled it into his path. It's cut out by Milner. Only as far as Tomori, a loose header though, but Kurt Zouma should be able to pick up the pieces, get on the end of that. He's strong to fend off Firmino. Was he then caught by Milner? Took a tumble at full stretch, did Kurt Zouma. The man that took over the captain's armband from Jordan Henderson finds himself in the book as well. A yellow card for the standing skipper. Liverpool with further problems here. Milner just a little late. You can't really have any arguments, I don't think.
Well, certainly I think if Jurgen Klopp's honest after the game, he'll say his team has been pushed every ounce of and every inch of this game so far by Chelsea. And Frank Lampard, you're very happy with his team's performance, regardless of the result. Obviously, he wants to get back into the game.
Mason Mount will take the free kick, floats it right-footed in towards the penalty area. Was looking for Kurt Zouma, the man who spent last season, of course, on loan at Liverpool's great rivals Everton. Azpilicueta tries to pick him out as well with a cross from the left-hand side this time. Everybody back for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold with the clearance, but there was much more height on it than there was distance. The danger hasn't gone yet. Marcus Alonso for Chelsea. Back in field for Kovacic. Tried to play it into the feet of Batshuayi. Alexander-Arnold ensures it doesn't get that far. Firmino now is able to spin away into space and pick the pass from Mo Salah. And N'Golo Conte is the last line of defence here, taking it off the toes of Salah. And cool as you like, guiding it back to Kepa in goal.
Well, that's why he's the last line of defence, isn't he? Because he's got that ability and pace and reads the game so well. Very patient as well. Must credit Matip as well. Obviously Van Dijk takes a lot, and quite rightly, a lot of the praise when that Matip is an able compatriot next to him who heads a lot of balls away. Just the last two headers into the box, which are vital, both for Matip there.
And it goes towards Batshuayi, but it's comfortably gathered by Adrian. Didn't really have to alter his starting position to clutch that one on the edge of the 6-yard box. 3 minutes to go on Premier League Live. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2. Liverpool on the ball with Mo Salah. Further goals at the Emirates, where Arsenal, I think, have turned it around against Aston Villa. 2 in front now. The 10 men after the sending off of Maitland-Niles. Equaliser from Callum Chambers and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has put the Gunners in front. Late drama there. Will we have another twist? Here it's Batshuayi with a free header in front of goal, and he's glanced it just wide of the far post. That might have been their moment. Big chance for the Blues, and it's wide from Batshuayi. Good ball that picked him out from Marcus Alonso. He had the time and space to size up the cross. He was all alone in between the two centre-backs, and he couldn't hit the target.
Well, it's a good ball. It's a great ball in. It's a difficult header, it really is. He's headed it from the penalty spot, not quite on the penalty, in line with the penalty spot. He just can't quite generate enough power. Obviously the direction was slightly off, but slightly more difficult header than it sounds from the commentary, if that makes sense. Mason Mount as well was just behind him. But certainly giving it everything, Chelsea.
As they continue to do, Williams attempted cross block behind for the corner off James Milner.
I mean, you could argue over the 88 minutes of Chelsea being probably the better team. Probably been the better team. Certainly they've had more half chances and chances. They've had more corners. It's just they've been outdone on 2 set pieces. Should they rescue this, you would suggest it would be hard earned. It's in by Willian towards Marcus Alonso, put in by Mason Mount on the edge of the box. Liverpool with everybody back, scramble it partially clear. Willian might be able to try again. It's returned to him by Jorginho, floats it in. Everybody's staying forward. Tomori was the target that time, couldn't get his head to it. Alexander-Arnold will clear, but it's cut out by Kovacic and returned down the line for Mason Mount to bring it under control. Just a fraction behind Marcus Alonso. The ball towards him on the edge of the penalty area. Wijnaldum now has it. Lallana stretching. It wasn't a good ball by Wijnaldum. It was just behind Lallana. He couldn't keep it in. Chelsea take the throw very quickly. Last minute of the 90 now. Here they come again, but that's not a good ball, and it's Matip away. Wellies it clear, and that's Salah to chase it. Kepa's come a long way out of his goal with a stooping header into the path of Tomori to win the ball back for Chelsea. Kurt Zouma now will spread it wide right for Cesar Azpilicueta. Last 10 minutes, Chelsea have had almost 80% of the ball according to the official stats. Wide by Willian. Marcus Alonso striding forward again in towards Mason Mount, who's lifted it high and wide. Took it first time, left-footed effort. It's another clear-sided goal for Frank Lampard and his side. And still they trail, still the equaliser eludes them, but the chances keep coming. Well, that was the chance of the game, really. A beautiful ball from Willian. Liverpool all at 6s and 7s, and he won't get a better chance, Mason Mount. As it came in, there's the first opportunity today he's had. And I sensed he was going to score, but he just, I don't know, Frank Lampard, in despair, and the Chelsea fans, throws his hands to the floor. The one player he wanted probably in that position was Mount, and he just failed there. But good play from Chelsea. 4 added minutes, we're not done yet, the 90 is up. 4 to play. Mason Mount, who has scored 3 goals in his first 5 games this season, including a late goal last weekend against Wolves in different circumstances. This one is needed much more. They still haven't given up hope of providing it. It's Jorginho. It's ambitious though to hit that right-footed from outside the area, again across the face of goal, just over the angle of post and bar, and I think Adrian was confident enough from very early on in the piece that it was going to miss the target. That wasn't a great strike then. That wasn't a great decision from Jorginho. It should have been played wide again. Liverpool on the back foot. Liverpool really haven't got going in this half. First 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, very good, and then it's been all Chelsea ever since.
Liverpool change here. Mo Salah coming off in stoppage time gives us the chance to take you back to the Emirates. More drama.
Calls it to Chambers. Chambers into the middle. Takes a deflection. Almost comes back to Chambers. Callum Chambers has scored the equalising goal for Arsenal. Twice they have fought back with 10 men. Can they bite back at all of those critics and go on to win this game from a position of some adversity? 3 yards outside of the penalty area, central position. Aubameyang scores! Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 2. This remarkable comeback has been completed by the 10 men of Arsenal.
Ian Brown, your commentator. Those are the goals we mentioned. Arsenal 3-2 up, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2 at Stamford Bridge. Halfway through the 4 added minutes as Chelsea come again. Kovacic looking for Mason Mount inside the penalty area. Scrambled clear by Liverpool, who have made that change. Joe Gomez, another defender, on for Mo Salah for the final couple of minutes. Willian down the right-hand side will get it back from Azpilicueta. Milner is with him, trying to prevent the cross from coming in. Infield he goes instead towards Tomori. Just about kept in, was it? No, it wasn't, by Azpilicueta, the assistant referee flagging. And Liverpool will take their time over this.
Yeah, they certainly will. Again, didn't want to play the ball into the box and just throw it in there. A little bit of patience from Chelsea. Jurgen Klopp. And often you see him asking the referee how long to go and look very anxious on the sidelines. It's still a good point. It's still a good victory if it does. They've had to, if they do get over the line, they've had to do it the hard way. Defenders have had to defend. A little bit of luck at times. Some good goalkeeping as well, which mustn't go unnoticed. Matip's been excellent today. He's been, I think, probably slightly ahead of Van Dijk in terms of key moments, in terms of key headers, defensively as well. But credit to Chelsea, they haven't given up.
We've just seen Gomez come on. He actually started the first league game this season, but Joel Matip has begun the next 6 matches in all competitions, 7 now after today, and showing why. They've got about 30 seconds to try and withstand. As Chelsea launched the throw long towards Kurt Zouma, cleared only out as far as Kovacic. Marcus Alonso drifting infield. N'Golo Conte, it's about the sort of range from which he scored. Looking to do it again, didn't quite sit for him this time. Robertson's able to bring it away, and he might do rather more than that. Surging forward on the counter-attack, support either side. Roberto Firmino. Robertson was brought down just after he released the ball, blatantly so, by Marcus Alonso. He's going to get the yellow card, and with the 4 added minutes up now, that might be that for Chelsea.
Well, that's brilliant play from Robertson, it really is. The athleticism he shows there in the 94th minutes to drive forward. He spent a lot of the game defending, more prevalent as a defender in the second half than the first half. Alonso picks up a booking. That's the aggression he needed, and that ball came into the box.
Yes.
To go and head it and to go and be a defender and help your teammates out.
Well, they're misplaced when it came in every sense. Liverpool in no hurry to take the free kick that will follow. They just need to keep the ball for the final few seconds, which are being added on now at the referee's discretion. Lallana infield towards Roberto Firmino. Down goes Willian. Chelsea free kick, if there is time to get this back up the field again.
This is the last hurrah.
We'll launch it long. Everybody venturing forward to try and get on the end of it, now or never. And there's not even time as the ball is launched forward by the goalkeeper. It's greeted by the full-time whistle, greeted by relief in the dugout from Jurgen Klopp, whose side have hung on here to extend their winning start to the season. A club record 15 successive Premier League victories for them now, 6 out of 6 this season, 5 points clear at the top of the table again. Chelsea still without a home win, but it doesn't really tell the story. Liverpool had to do this the hard way, 2 up inside half an hour from Alexander-Arnold and Roberto Firmino, but unable to extend that advantage. Conte got 1 back, but Chelsea have come up just short. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2.